You definitely don't want to get that one correct.
Wrong order. That's not great.
Yeah. Yeah. So you've got the even better setup now. Song into the Static Storm, the Kinetic Field, then Mortimer Kiss is being dropped into you as well. Is going to do massive damage. So probably going to want BKB building heroes on the side of the cut so they can avoid that as they come out of the song.
Between the two, the Tusk and the Snapfire here, which one do you think is more likely to shift into the core position?
Probably the Tusk, I would say. That hero sometimes run in the mid lane. It was run mid a couple of times during TI. I don't Nouns liked running that one a little bit. Tusk mid, that is. Walrus Kick is always super funny to watch if you can rush that one. Be able to throw the enemies pretty far out of position, but it's not like the kick is amazing against enemies heroes so far. They go for Zeus on the side of the cut. I mean, you got heavy magic damage to be able to burst the Naga Siren, go through the armor that she has. You can clear out the illusions fairly quickly as well, just by spamming Art Lightning. And they don't have an amazing way of getting on the Zeus yet. Tusk can kind of do it with Snowball. He ends up building Blink Dagger, but you can escape pretty easily from that one with Heavenly Jump. So they need something else to jump him on the back line. So whatever their last hero is going to be, assuming this Tusk is going to be played mid, they need an offlaner that can kind of catch the Zeus out. Mars would be a hero that comes to mind. However, it's already been banned.
Yeah, the Mars is out. The potential for the 3 Pango's been taken away, right? The Marcy, even in a core position, no longer available for them. I suppose maybe he's not always a hero that buys the Blink Dagger, but something as simple as like the Beastmaster, I guess, is still in there if they really just desperately need the lockdown. But
well, it's exactly what they're getting rid of now on the side of the cut. That lockdown you were talking about, they ban out the puck here because they're worried about them starting a team by having even more lockdown, having to fight underneath like a coil with the Static Storm and Mortimer Kiss is raining down. You would be a bit of a problem. Even a Bloodseeker and Sniper on the side of Alpha could be I was about to say it could be a sign that they don't want to pick up a Pango, but Pango's already banned out in the second phase. Neph, wake up here. God, pause has me off my game. Or sorry, the extra time between games has me off my game.
Well, both bans still looking pretty good there, right? Cut do need that sort of damage dealer. So, Bloodseeker Sniper banned away. Meanwhile, for the cut, it's kind of interesting with the puck, because most of the time we see it mid. So maybe an indication that the cut are thinking the Tusk would go to the off lane instead of the 2. Guess we'll kind of get a better grasp on what they're thinking with the final ban, and it is going to be the Void Spirit that they take out. So they are pretty certain that the Tusk mid isn't going to be the call here. Are they correct, though? Because Alpha could still swing it that way and then pick something else up, but I don't know. If that is the call, Neph, we go back to the question of what do they actually want to run in their off lane.
Yeah. That is true. I mean, if the Tusk is running the mid lane, he does struggle quite a bit against Zeus. Like, it would have been not so bad to run the Tusk against Zeus in the past, but with Heavenly Jump, he can just hop right over the ice shards. Like, it is so annoying. One of the biggest weaknesses of the hero, Zeus, is that, you get a ton of damage, but you need to buy escape items if you want to get away from the enemy. If he gets jumped, then he basically just dies, and now he can just get out of a lot of abilities that used to be amazing against him. They completely changed up the counters to the hero. God, it makes me angry.
Heavenly Jump, I don't know. I think when they put it in, they didn't think it was going to be quite as...
They didn't think, oh, he's going to do the Mario thing because he looks like Mario. They didn't think, Kmart.
But now we have a Zeus with more mobility than he should have really any right having, but it is what it is. I don't know if they're ever going to change it back.
I mean,
Alpha, meanwhile...
He's not busted, otherwise people would pick him up every single game.
Very annoying, though.
Very annoying. Dawnbreaker picked up last year, so being able to assist globally. Not going to give you the jump to get on top of Zeus on the backline, so it looks like it's going to be the job of the Tusk here, singling him out, maybe pulling him back with a Walrus Kick. But they can flex these ones around. I imagine it's going to be Tusk in the mid lane when I see this. But we'll have to see. And of course, Scourge McDuck picking Bristleback doesn't surprise anybody.
Yep. It was allowed to get all the way through, so he does take it. It'll be Zeus mid, it'll be Brood in the off lane here for them. So I think they are having to do that positional swap that we talked about for the cut the last time out too, with saving the lineup. He is playing the Treant, so still not quite where Vol was registered at, right? I think he was supposed to be the support in this lineup if they had their usual players, but still, he's playing Brood. We know what he's gonna, we know how he's gonna play. We know what he's gonna build, right?
Yeah, I mean, Vol used to play off lane, so it makes sense that if you have people subbing in, Save, who's like renowned for being in position 5, is not going to be playing position 3.
Right. And then on the other side of things, it is the mid Tusk for Alpha. So, yeah, we'll see how he does in that Tusk versus Zeus matchup. As you said, the Zeus has a little bit more to work with now. He's a little less susceptible to maybe some of the usual traps that the Tusk is going to employ against him. But I don't know. Mid Tusk can still hit you pretty hard under the right circumstances, right?
Yeah, if you do end up wasting your heavenly jump as you go forward, or you mess that one up, standing in place as you want to be able to get out of the shard, the Tusk can fairly easily kill you. So keep that ability off of cooldown, have it ready. Don't get just run out by the Tusk here, because you can't just get blown up fairly quickly. Be a bit careful. Although you can get assisted with that with the Stream Protector. I did mention that one earlier. Living Armor was buffed a little while ago, so it now gives you 6 bonus armor at level 1 globally. So it heavily shuts down the physical damage that the Tusk does. He gets on top of you with the tag team, the Walrus Punch. So assuming that Save can see that one coming, drop the Living Armor off when the Zeus is Tusk tries to commit onto him, you keep him alive for way longer. You easily have time to rotate some allies in and turn things around the Tusk.
Right. And unlike the last time we saw the Treant, where the Living Armor was kind of dedicated to helping Kataro on the Terrorblade, Scourge on the Bristleback is probably not going to need it nearly as much, so you can kind of afford to throw that more onto your mid laner more frequently, you know? So we'll actually see what he focuses on, because I didn't think Kataro was going to need it all that much in the previous series, and that ended up being kind of wrong.
Even at a fraction of my best, I outshine you in
I'm trying to look. So Save goes through these periods where he doesn't play the game for a little bit, and then he starts again. But it looks like he's been playing a lot the last week or two. It's like riding a bike, I'm sure.
Yeah. Well, yeah, I mean, mechanically at least, right? I mean, he'll be just fine, but there's really not too much you can truly ruin for your team on a Treant outside of maybe just trolling with Overgrowth, but I highly doubt that's going to be the play. He's got a pretty simple job here. Defend a Bristleback, who's already pretty damn hard to kill, so I guess the question at that point...
Pretty high execution heroes. He plays like Chen and Io, is what he's known for. So Treant Protector should be a walk in the park. A walk in the forest.
Just gonna punch Widge in the face. Yeah, this is the question, right? It's relatively easy to keep the Bristleback safe, so now your Treant gets to maybe activate just complete asshole mode and just try and bully these heroes as much as you can. The Dawnbreaker might be a little bit tough to bully because she can hit you right back, but
actually both can be a little bit difficult to bully. They're both strength heroes. They have a lot of HP to work with. So if you go on top of them and try to trade, like you said, the Dawnbreaker, the Starbreaker can help bring you 100 to 0 pretty quickly. You have 2 nukes to work with on the Snapfire, and they both came to lane with the Quelling Blade, both Wiz and Monster.
Oh, they did.
So they've completely deforested the side that Save wants to be able to play around, coming in and out of the trees, hit them from like fairly far away. Yeah, which is like making extra sure that all these trees are cut. So Save is going to really struggle here. We saw in the previous game with the Treant Protector, with just the core of the Quelling Blade. They came with the one on the supports as well, which I really like. This item is definitely worth buying on supports when you're playing against Treant Protector in lane.
Yeah, I mean, if it means Save doesn't get to do anything...
Yeah. You pay 100 gold for it, and it will easily save you more than like what a salve would give you inside the laning phase from making Treant Protector's life way more difficult.
Right. Plus, I mean, hell, if you do ever get the chance on which to hit some creeps, you technically get a little bit more damage, but much more for the make Save not a hero aspect of it, but it's working pretty well for them so far. But looking over to the mid lane neph, I mean, we already did kind of talk about this a little bit, but is there a point here where Soul can afford to be aggressive? Does he have to wait for PP to maybe make a positional mistake? What do you think?
Again, it all comes down to like how much mana he ends up going through, whether or not Heavenly Jump is off of cooldown. If you can commit super far forward and hit him with like tag team into awesome auto attacks and ice shards, or if you can follow him after he Heavenly Jumps out of your ice shards with a snowball, maybe be able to find a kill onto him, but then your skills are all wonky. In fact, he's gotten no points in the tag team against Zeus in this lane. He just wants to be able to see us with his 2 abilities and maybe trade some harass with him. He figures he's got absolutely no chance of finding any kills on the Zeus.
Right.
Bottom lane.
See him hitting up there, but yeah, bottom lane, Scourge is in some trouble. There's that combo.
Top.
He hits level 2, actually level 3, goes in. Meanwhile, top, B-God gets taken down, rises, well, just kind of overwhelms him. With the illusions there, had a point up in the ensnare maybe earlier than anticipated from the cut, and that's all it takes.
Between then nuke damage of the Thunderstrike, you're going to have vision of him, and then all that lockdown damage. It just ends up melting there. Oh, good action happening all over the map, well, everywhere except for mid lane. Not much did happen over there, unfortunately.
They're just trading last hits mid, but, well, kind of used to seeing that from some of these matchups. But side lanes are heating up a little bit. The question now is, well, can they fire back? Bull and B-God are trying to get some hits onto Rises, but there's going to be the ensnare again. The Thunderstrikes are in, the kinetic field gets dropped, and B-God may have just fallen for the exact same trap. Maybe they can get Yunomi in exchange this time? He's holding stick charges, trying to bait it out. Bull's not going to really go that far.
Yeah, in fact, they're doing a lot of damage to the Vol here. But you don't be doing exactly what you're talking about. Bait him out with a 6 stick, and in fact, he's going in on Vol again. He's got kinetic field up. Snare comes out. He's not going to go very far.
He's not going to go anywhere. He's just straight up dead. Huh.
A lot of damage coming out here. So already up 4-0 on the side of Alpha. They're looking good.
Oh, man. Did not really expect to see a lot of activity from the Naga Siren lane, Neph, but well, if you're going to walk into it, if you're willing to put the point into ensnare, right? Sometimes we see the Naga players just kind of ignore it and go all in for farm, but it's paying off for now. Meanwhile, Save on the other side of the map in a little bit of trouble. There's going to be the Starbreaker into the Cookie Stun, and Alpha, maybe got a little
more
bit...
like betas. Got him. Thank you, Wish.
Yeah, there you go. That's the honk instead of the clap. We'll take that.
Oh, sorry. Alpha the one to own.
I wasn't gonna mention it. We just gotta move on from it, but Alpha. Well, okay, now they might be in some trouble. Widge is finally gonna get punished here as Scourge got a little bit sick of the damage, able to find themselves their kill, so they get the 0 off the board. But I mean, Alpha, 5 kills in 5 minutes. They've been looking pretty good here, and over in the top lane, Vol, I don't know if they can take him down. Yunomi's just trying to keep the damage off of him, but with B-God coming in, it looks like everyone's just going to be able to walk away.
Yep. Well, the armor does make that one tricky. 6 minutes rolling around, so power runes are just about to spawn, and we see the supports making rotations over into the river for them. Might see some action here. Soul's gonna snowball straight into this one.
Okay, Yunomi doesn't have Glyphs.
Oh, interrupts the Heavenly Jump.
I didn't really think he was gonna have the range for that one, but
it did not look like a melee hit.
Soul with
Tusk
that.
is an abnormally long jab. One of the best boxes I've ever seen.
Yeah, it's
incredible.
Feels like cheating when you can just have your arm extend past its normal length, but listen. The Boxing Federation allows it. Soul gets the kill and the rune, so he's got the arcane. That's maybe not the greatest of runes for the Tusk here, but it's certainly better than letting the Zeus have it. PP? He's gonna get hit again.
He missed the ice shards, unfortunately. Maybe if he hit it, he might commit onto him there. But he's still got 2 raindrops on this Zeus, so at the very least, maybe Soul could burn this one now, just spamming out his ice shards.
With the Witch coming in, they're going to give it a go. Snowball will still connect. Cookie is canceled by the Bushwhack, actually.
No, it connects. So he just lands on the ground immediately, and it's stunned the Zeus. It visually looks like it doesn't connect, though.
Got it.
It's one of the funny quirks of Dota.
Well, yeah, PP has his ult, but now he's in trouble. Monster comes in with the Solar Guardian. They find the first kill. Save is well, not living up to his name, not really able to save himself or anyone else as he does go down. And B-God, are you getting out of here? Looks kind of iffy.
You know, he's in the forest, which is the squirrel's natural habitat, but unfortunately he's got not a single point in scurry, so...
Bro, anywhere in the world is a squirrel's natural habitat. They're everywhere. Oh, sorry. Getting a little personal there. I got squirrels all over the place.
Squirrel facts.
Squirrel facts. If you wanted to learn about squirrels, you're in the right place, folks. Fact number 2. Squirrels are animals. That is all I know about squirrels.
Bravo.
Right, yes. Marvel at my knowledge, my prowess. But 9 kills on the board for Alpha to regain some sanity here, so they've been showing some prowess as well. 3k net worth lead, a Naga Siren who has received basically 0 pressure. I mean, the only times they did pressure him, he came out of it with 2 kills, so... This is not exactly what the cut we're hoping for here.
3 heroes at the top in net worth on the side of Alpha, but not unrecoverable at this point. In fact, they look to recover with a kill on the rises.
Oh, he got the song.
Yeah, my friend.
Nobody's gonna be able to come and help. Yeah, he really...
Oh my god.
Are you serious?
No way he gets away with this, right?
He's walking away. He's healing up.
And
his
Vol's
teammates...
about to die as well. Oh
they got the kill on Scourge. They get the kill on Vol. Yodomi is gonna pay, but Yodomi says, I don't care. We just got 2 huge kills out of that for just me. Rises just walks out. And now, well, this is going to get a little bit iffy. Yeah, PP is spotted. They're going to hit him up with the ensnare. The snowball kind of stacks, but never mind. Who cares? Soul just punches him into the atmosphere.
Yeah, double damage rune toss. Not a single point in this tag team, by the way.
Oh, yeah, he's still 0 on it.
You don't need tag team if you're only hitting them once.
Hit hard, hit once. Not a bad plan so far. It's gotten them 12 kills, and at this point, Neph, if you're the cut, your lanes have not gone the way that you wanted, obviously. But what is the plan now? Because Vol can't create the dead space top. He's not able to get the not able to get the tower. That is certainly going to help, though. PP with the Thunder God's Wrath kill.
Vision with the Deep Observer where the B-God placed. The tip onto him. A little bit slow for maximum mental damage. You just tipped him before he died, and then you Thunder God's Wrath.
Nice.
Yeah. Because it makes him question if something's up for a second, and then he dies. It's incredibly frustrating when that happens. Either way, they're going to know that there's an ward somewhere around there. Yeah, Yodomi already getting to work here.
Yeah, he is looking for it, but...
Yeah, he's not going to find it.
Same
well,
time.
He might. It's a pretty unusual location. There he goes. He finds it. Drops it right underneath his shrine. Outpost, rather.
They get the D ward. Rises is back to farming. Spiders are spotting him now, so there is still a little bit of vision there, but... I think Rises will be a little bit more careful about his health this time around.
Yeah.
Almost a Morphling level play there, right? You go max Agi for a second, then you get blown up.
Yeah, Morphling players explaining why they need to farm at 1 HP. Zeus is simply pressing their ultimate.
But now we have Soul up here in the top lane, so... Mentioned earlier, Neph, Vol wasn't really going to be able to sort of, like, take that free tower in the timing that you would normally expect, and looks like Alpha are trying to make that an even slower timing by bringing the Tusk up here, but... Who takes over mid? Okay, never mind. Rises takes over mid. He's going to rotate his way over there, and Soul and the supports are looking for a kill. Jumping on a save. They get the cookie stun first. Snowball is in as well. Walrus Punch keeps him in the air. He's still not... There we go. Not a quick kill, but they find it and they alleviate the pressure on the tower again.
I mean, the fact that they're sticking around is like, hey, maybe they want to go for a tier 1. They'll find Vol. Yeah, this guy's definitely dead. They're not going to be able to grab the Zeus after that, though.
That is a level of aggression, though. The confidence they have.
Oh, that's a sick move by Soul. You TP straight mid afterwards, and then they run into these. All right. They almost got himself some trouble there. I thought he'd run straight into them. The rest of the team would meet up with them, but they didn't predict the Zeus and the we're all moving the same way. I thought they did. But yeah, if he didn't cut that tree away, he definitely would have died. So quick reactions there by Soul. And now he's 20 gold away from his Blink Dagger. He thought about building an early Falcon Blade just for like a little bit more early game damage and mana regen, be able to rotate around the map easier. And to build the Fluffy Hat, but was having such a good game, he decides to go straight into Blink Dagger afterwards. So there's already 12 minutes in the game, your ability to get on top of this Zeus, catch him.
And yeah,
he's got to be the only one who can do that.
His game's been so good so far. Going for the Falcon Blade just kind of feels maybe unnecessary, as Monster does get picked off there. They dove him under the tower, finished him off with the Thunder God's Wrath. So BP is still finding kills. 3 and 3. He is finding some gold. They just took the tower as well, so Bull is finally freed up to maybe shift into that jungle a little bit.
We'll have to wait for Dumburger to come back up. Another 30 seconds until you have Solar Guardian as well. Mid lane, showing off that Blink Dagger.
Uh-oh. They got the glimpse. Soul. What does he really have? He kind of used all of his abilities. Now the Bushwhack is going to lock him down. They might actually try to turn this. Soul is going to be forced to use the snowball defensively, but they still get it. In the snowball, throws the shards, snipes PP, walks away with his shades on. That's, as you said, that's just clean.
Yeah. If anyone not familiar with that, you are able to throw out any of your abilities on Tusk while you're still inside your snowball.
And so, Yodomi
goes the shards behind him, and you can do it without turning around as well, so the abilities just come out instantly.
I believe he is going down there in the river. I think he spotted the stacked camps, though. If he didn't actually see them, you could probably assume if Scourge is here, that's what he's doing, but they're not really in a position to try and steal that away from him.
No bolt for the trees. The bottom lane save's just been dodged him out here. It's been difficult to take any towers. You know, you're playing against the Tree Protector, despite the fact they're up 3k net worth, and they have been for the last little while. Despite the fact that it's 16-5, Tree Protectors keep all the buildings topped up. He's got 4 points in living armor.
Just straight up maxed it out. Keep the armor up on the towers. Keep them alive. But over on the other side of the map, they're thinking about a play onto Vol here. The Glimpse is at the ready. The Static Storm is, well, it's there. Was it necessary? Who knows? But they didn't want to take any chances. They get the kill onto Vol. Scourge actually popped his head in there for just a moment, but he was a little bit too late to help out. They already lose the Spider, but they might be able to set up on Yodomi if he's not careful.
I think Soul might just blink into this. I mean, he's got double damage here, and he's going to be feeling on top of the world right now.
Monster's coming in. The kisses are coming through as well. They're not really making much of a connection, but now the Glimpse play comes in. Scourge pulled back into the fight, but
all of a sudden, Monster and Soul realize they need to back up. They've got too many quill stacks on him. The living armor is on his bristle back. They're not going to be able to finish him off. Instead, they'll jump the back line, making use of that Blink Dagger.
Okay. They do get PP. Still don't know if they can, deal with Scourge. He's able to get onto Soul, he'll find the kill. But
oh no, he missed it. Scatter Blast.
Which able to get himself onto the low ground. Bushwhack from B-God is off the mark. At this point, if you're Alpha, they keep kind of hanging out around the area, but I don't think they genuinely want to go back in, so.
They don't. I mean, they use that opportunity to actually take a tower. Rises managed to shove bottom alongside with that catapult, and Save isn't able to keep it alive this time. So, you have to keep in mind, like, yes, the cut are shoving into them, despite the fact that there's an overwhelming advantage on the side of Alpha, but Rises isn't there. Rises is just farming. He's doing whatever he wants to do right now.
Got the Mantis style finished off now.
He's working on the Orchid.
Let's see, what's coming out to him? Most of the Orchid already, But he's going to be pretty dangerous. Against the Bristleback, maybe he won't hit that hard, but if he gets onto someone like PP and with an Orchid Silence, the Zeus is just dead, right? Somebody has to try and save him, but other than, I guess, a living armor, your save isn't really all that great. Scourge just got glimpsed back underneath the tower. Static Storm deployed as well.
Cookie was pushed Soul back out for half a second there, though, and they continue to just try to stall this one out on the side of Alpha. They don't actually want to commit on his Scourge. He is really strong right now. Just completed his Agnum Scepter, has his Vanguard. He'll tear you apart.
Yeah.
He'll tear your entire team apart.
Which just got hit up a little bit. That's Solar Guardian coming out very late. Not enough to save, and now Monster might be in trouble himself. He's going to try and use the Starbreaker to create some separation. And he does get out safely, but that finally clears the path. They'll take the Tier 1 tower mid, and if you're the cut, where do you go now? They're eyeballing the Roche pit. They're going to go for it. Okay. And Alpha, I mean, what could they do to try and contest this if they even wanted to go in? They used Static Storm. They used their Solar Guardian. Maybe Rises could sneak in with a song play, but they'd have to actually bring him over.
I do think they'll be able to set this one up with song.
Who'd they catch? They caught onto the Treant Protector. They don't actually finish him off immediately, so that does allow the Overgrowth to come through, but the Mortimer Kisses will follow. They do find the kill, but it costs them soul. That's a lot of their damage. He does have a buyback available, though, and they have the Outpost. So if they want to try and force the fight, he could arrive. There's going to be the song. And, oh, hold on. He bought out.
Storm is ready.
He actually doesn't have buyback anymore, but they do get the Static Storm. PP is going to get caught. Scourge trying to wait for his moment here. He is doing a hell of a lot of damage to Rises, but the Glimpse is actually going to pull him away. So the Naga Siren will retreat. Monster, though, still caught in the middle of the fight, but he actually Starbreakers in. Rather than backing off, he just goes for the kill, and he will find it. Now, B-God, that... It was worth a try, I guess, but Rises just survives on a sliver of HP, and they kill the squirrel.
Monster as well. You needed to kill Monster faster. He did a ridiculous amount of damage to that Bristleback there. In fact, he did the most damage in that team fight, way more than Naga Siren, almost 2k. Like, this guy just has the Desolator, melted the Bristleback. Man doesn't have enough armor to be able to deal with that.
And now they go into the Roche pit. Save. Does he have some sort of miraculous play? Force Staff's in, stunned up, glimpsed back out of the pit. It was worth an attempt.
Like, yeah, he's gonna be able to get away now as well. They can't continue to chase him.
Does mean Monster was able to grab the Aegis, but with the way Monster's been pushing into these fights, honestly, yeah, he can do some nice stuff with the Aegis in his hands, and obviously with Rises nowhere close to the pit, he wasn't really a candidate to take it.
Actually, only 1,200 gold off of BKB now with the Dawnbreaker, so...
Oh, yeah.
Monster's basically going to be the initiator. He's going to be sitting at the very front. You know, if he gets on top of either Hoodwink, actually Hoodwink, Tree Protector, or Zeus, he can single Starbreaker will bring them down below half their HP.
Monster looking good. Rises still farming, going for the Heart of Tarrasque as his next item. So really, the only low man here for Alpha is the Tusk, but he's not all that low, right? He's below his other two cores, but he's still above PP and Vol in terms of the overall core situation, as Vol, speaking of which, just got himself picked off in the north side jungle.
Yeah.
That's not going to
It's kind of been the Broodmother's game, getting picked off solo, maybe hoping you're making enough space for your team.
Oh, the glimpse. They just caught the Bristleback. Static Storm on him.
Actually blow him up. He's so tanky on this Bristle.
The Kisses, though, are getting some work done. Scourge does eventually fall. Now Save is just going to pig pull himself, try to get away. Force Staff up in 5, but the Ensnare will hit. The Glimpse pulls him back. That's just a gross combo that they have to work with here, and now they can push their way onto the tower.
Yeah, at this point, they've got their foot on the gas. You are incredibly tanky on this Bristleback. He's realizing at this point he does need a BKB, though, to be able to survive this magic damage. And you need a pipe completer on this Broodmother. And unfortunately, it's just been slowed down.
Yeah, 6 deaths
will
will...
down further, too. They're moving up here to the top line if they want to find another kill onto him.
Soul and Monster are making their way over.
Yeah.
This is what sucks for the Brood. If you know it's coming, you leave, but that means you're not farming. If you stick around, you die, and obviously that also means that you're not farming, so... He's trying to play as efficiently as he can, I guess. You gotta give him credit for that. It's just... It's been hard for him to stay alive.
Yeah. They back off for now on the Tusk, and yeah, they see him over there underneath that Observer Ward that Save placed earlier. So he knows that it's at least safe for now. But once again, once the Tusk is off the map, you can see Vol pretty afraid, hides up in the trees. whenever he doesn't know where Tusk is.
Yeah.
And once he shows himself again, like, there you go, over in the mid lane, he'll probably sit underneath the wave again.
They got eyes on Soul here. Oh my god, more than eyes. The damage is there. PP has to ult, but they blow him up instantly. He was pretty much at full health there, and they were able to take him down.
Just disappears. Still needs another 1,200 gold for the BKB himself, so... With all these getting completed, and Dawnbreaker finishing up her Blink Dagger, we're going to be seeing these teams clashing a lot more very soon. I don't think it'll happen during this Aegis, though, unfortunately.
Got a minute and a half left on it, so probably not, but yeah, they're able to make good use of it, and to be honest, the Roche attempt was technically started by the cut, so even if you do nothing but farm with this Aegis, still kind of a net benefit for them, although as I say, that monster is getting kind of close. He's got BKB though, so realistically speaking, even if he's quote-unquote caught, he could probably just walk away.
Yeah. He's going to be able to... Well, as long as the Chain Protector's already cleaned his ultimate, or he's not around, he can just like BKB Solar Guardian, BKB TP out.
At the same time though, you see the supports down here in the bottom lane keeping the lane pushed out and honestly finding a little bit of farm for themselves.
Yeah. I'm surprised that they're even trying to do this and put damage in the tower when they're playing against the Treant Protector, but it's working. I mean, where's this little Shredder actually putting a lot of damage into this building?
Monster just walked face first into about 3 heroes, but he's got the Aegis. He would love to use it. He forces out the Overgrowth. Save just force-staffed himself into the kinetic field. Or into the wall of it, I suppose. He wasn't actually able to get all the way through, so... Well, Monster kind of just wanted to die and use his Aegis. Doesn't get to do so, but they find themselves a bit of a freebie on the kill, and now he's going to heal all the way up with the Aegis timing out.
Yeah. Exactly why. He held on to his BKB the whole time because he figures, okay, I can go down once here. The Aegis is about to expire. I'll pop the BKB when I go back up, but he doesn't even get him the first time. Tower was taken down in the bottom lane, by the way.
Oh, they got it? They did. Wow, okay.
Yeah. Despite Save's best efforts, you know, when he's dead, he can't continue to drop that living armor onto the building.
Nomi is just going to continue to sit here, keep this pushed out. I mean, he's queued up in Ags. Technically speaking, he's got the cop-out play because he's got the Force Staff and the Quick Buy as well, but yeah. He would prefer the Ags over the utility, just because that makes their team fight that much more deadly. At the same time, Rises now has a heart, now has a Bloodthorn, now pops the Song on 2. Is the backup coming? Kind of. Witch is here, but... Oh, okay. Hi, Monster.
The Solar Guardian was kind of late.
Yeah, that's a little bit of a weird one. Do they actually want to keep the fight going, though? Because now the reinforcements are coming in on the cut side. They've got about 4 heroes in the area. Zeus... Well, he's in the area as well. He doesn't have to be, but in position to start dishing out some damage. But Scourge does try to push his way forward. He's already lost about half of his HP, but he is getting up onto the Tusk. Not anymore, though. Snowball allowing him to reposition. He'll go on to save, but he still has no HP, and his teammates are all on the other side of the river. So Soul does get taken down. Scourge still not falling on his end. Rises wants to go back in. He's going to pop the Bloodthorn. E-Blade, though, prevents the right-click damage from coming through. Scourge is still alive through all of this. They're going to try again. Glimpse, pulling him back. Now they'll finally finish him. God, what a long fight this is turning into, but it looks like eventually Alpha will control the field. Scourge goes down. Save will fall as well. Now they're going to try for a push here. They don't have the Tusk, but with Monster having the damage and the armor reduction, they could probably still get
the net off onto the Zeus. He stuns as well, but he's got an E-Blade on top of that. And Rise to realize, okay, I gap that distance. Even when I get on top of him, E-Blade himself, he's going to be able to lead away from me.
Oh, Vol just lost his courier. That had his Ags on it.
Oh, a no spinner stands for this one. And Soul TP's up here into the top lane, but Vol's got enough sense to hide in the trees. Soul gonna wait for him to show himself. He's not going to be able to find him. So mid tower was taken by Rises, and I imagine at this point they're going to start setting up around the pit on Alpha.
Right. It is 25 seconds out from the fastest respawn, so we'll get... Excuse me. We'll get a real grasp on when it's coming back up. But
yeah, this is going to be like when they want to start establishing vision and whatnot around it. The next fight is going to be by this Roche pit, so...
Clear out some spiders too, because those are kind of just wandering around. Meanwhile, 5-man smoke out from the cut. They realize, hey, we're getting close to a potential Roche respawn here, so we can't sit back in the base. That's just 10 seconds, basically instant. So the instincts from the cut are... Well, the instincts are good, but can they actually win a fight? We're going to try to get onto Rises. Rises pops the song, though. And this is where things are going to get rough. Yodomi can pick his target.
Static Storm.
Static Storm into the Kisses, into the Solar Guardian. This is just rough all around, but you get a buyback from the Treant Protector, and Scourge is still alive. He popped his BKB, but now it's worn off. Will he be able to hold the front line? It's looking a little bit iffy, but save comes in. The Overgrowth does connect onto a couple, but there's just not enough damage coming out here. Scourge really has to do all the heavy lifting himself, but he can't even move. Yodomi's thrown down, I think, the 4th kinetic field in this fight.
The nets in the kinetic field. He's
oh my god.
He can't do anything. Leave him alone. Let him go.
Just take your hands off the keyboard, Scourge, because you don't get to play. Now the shards come in to catch save. He bought back just a moment ago, so if he dies here... Oh, there's the dieback, and PP's going to get caught too. Yodomi, what the hell is the cooldown on your kinetic field? It's 7 seconds. It feels like less than half that.
Yeah, he's gone the kinetic field cooldown talent. 7 seconds downtime, 4.4 second duration. Once he hits level 20 as well, like the uptime on this thing is actually insane.
The teamfight recap
like,
says 5 times he cast it. I think it might have been more.
And when it wasn't hit with the kinetic field, it's hit with the net. It just wasn't walking anywhere on the bristleback. Like, yes, he's maxed out on stacks of warpath, but he can't actually touch anybody.
Oh boy, and that leads them right into the base on the side of Alpha. They take the top lane of Rax here. But just kind of rotate their way over. Mid is open. We're just getting it started here with the little Shredder. They're going to get the Deso hits in as well. Bull did finally get his Aghanim Scepter, so there is a Spinner's Snare, but who cares?
Not helping too much, unfortunately.
But the Glyph is going to do a little bit more to help out, though, so...
Yeah.
They hold to just 1 lane lost, which... I guess that's a positive, right? If we're looking for silver linings, but they're still down 25k.
I got bad news, though. At least if you're a cut fan. Aghanim Scepter complete on both the Naga Siren and the Disruptor after that last fight. So you're going to have the BKB piercing and snare. You're going to have the AoE Doom coming out from the Disruptor.
Look at Vol. He's doing his best here, but he's going to get caught out. Gonna get stunned, gonna get rooted, gonna get dropped dead instantly. Save comes in with the Overgrowth. Scourge, meanwhile, trying to do what damage that he can, but he's getting glimpsed. He's getting sort of knocked around. Snowball, meanwhile, gets sold directly on to Save, but they're not actually finishing the kill just yet. Monster, though, quickly going to change that. Gets in, finds the kill. Scourge falling back already. His teammates just trying to run for their lives as PP tried to ask for mercy there, but he will not receive it, and there's your GG.
BKBs at the end to stop the glimpse, so at the very least, Scourge McDuck gets out of there. But Slaughter here from the laning stage onward. He had a brief period of the game after Scourge had both the Vanguard and the Aghanim Scepter completed where he felt really strong, but that was just Alpha biding for time, waiting for the Naga Siren to farm. Other than that, the game was in their hands the entire time, and at the end, it was just way too much to deal with. Only almost 1,000 net worth lead per minute here. By the time all was said and done. Alpha looking damn good, man.
We did have to wait a little bit to see them in action, but they made the wait worthwhile with that performance. And look at the numbers here, death-wise as well. The highest death count was actually the Tusk with 5. Everyone else, insanely efficient, especially these supports, right? You kind of wondered, Snapfire and Disruptor, very strong in terms of their teamfight capabilities, but always in trouble if someone gets to them on the back line, but nobody ever came. The cut didn't have the heroes to make that move.
Yeah, and we saw them jump the back line so often on the side of Alpha. You know, you end up getting a Blink Dagger on Monster. You got a Blink Dagger fairly early on Tusk. In fact, he opted to go for that one before he even finished his Falcon Blade because he was having such a good game. It made it much easier for him to jump on top of Zeus and get these other heroes. Monster absolutely destroyed this match, by the way. He might as well have been playing in position 1. He did 13-1. At Desolator did huge damage. It really shut down Scourge McDuck from having like free reign in the early game, running at them with that Aghanim Scepter. There was a couple of fights where I was just surprised by how quickly Monster blew up Scourge on his bristleback.
Yeah, I mean, he did a good job in a lot of those fights of just trying to sort of kite around, do the bristleback thing, get the damage out slowly over time, but there's a limit, right, to how long you can afford to wait, and Alpha obviously had the upper hand. So they take the first game of this series. They're 1 up now, 1-0 lead in this best of 3, and if they play like they did in this game, they could be looking at a potential 2-0 sweep. But the cut, obviously, are going to do everything in their power to try and avoid that. So we shall see what adjustments they make heading into Game 2, but we're going to have to wait a little while for that game. We do have another break to get into, some more super fun
Not as
ads
long
to
as
play.
last time.
Hopefully not. Wow, that was not a fun wait last time, but yeah, Game 2 coming your way in hopefully about 10 minutes here. So stick around, folks, and we'll be hopefully right back.